Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. This is your Monday show with Champs Corner. Should be Champs Arena or Legends Arena today. We're still waiting on our second guest here. As you can see, I'm wearing a Jags jersey, and as you probably could tell, that this is just kind of my life as of late. It's just constant L's. So that's what, they're down 14-0, and this game started, I think, like 5 minutes ago. However, how do I look? Do I look better? Do I look new? I got the new iPhone 16, so I was just wondering, maybe that kind of rubbed off on me. Anyways, happy to see you. Good to see you. We've got Mr. Stephen Harris here to do some film breakdown like we always do on Monday. It is the bye week, so no Billy Presser. I guess he gets the week off too. Bum. But nothing to talk about on that regards. But Jarvis Moss, we're still waiting on him. Hopefully he is to join us. If he doesn't join us, we're going to yell at Stephen Harris. Let's roll the intro and bring Mr. Stephen Harris in, boys and girls. Mr. Stephen Harris.
What's going on, boss?
How you doing, man?
Baby.
How we doing?
Doing good, man. We got us a W.
We did, dude.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
This fan base, we find a way to get mad at each other. You know what I mean? I was getting yelled at in the comment section about not being happy, about being too happy. It's like, I don't know where to go. I was just, we won. I was ecstatic, but there's some concerns, which we're going to break down here on this defense here in just a little bit. Overall, though, what were your thoughts on things that you liked offensively, just overall game? I know defensively, again, we were talking earlier, you've got a lot to go over. There were some people calling in that you were agreeing with that linebacker play was a little sus, but maybe looking into it a little bit more, maybe that D-line play was a little more questionable too.
Yeah. Overall, I like what we did on offense. I like to see the new wrinkles that we did, the multiple tight ends. Got a chance to see my guy Tony Livingston early in the game, a guy that I coached maybe in high school, Carrollwood Day. To see him getting active early in the game, blocking, and getting some passes thrown his way. I like those wrinkles for us, getting those tight ends involved. We have some very talented guys in that group, and I think that helps open up the offense, get those guys somebody else to look for early in the game. So I like that aspect. It was great. It was great to see, man. Like seeing Mizell do his thing. It was awesome.
Dude, Mizell doing his thing, although those two got called back after some wonky play calling, was really good to see.
My guy, Frank Gore Jr. Jacoby. It was good to see Jacoby Jackson get some carries and some passes out in the backfield, showing that he got some hands and can make some guys miss. That was good to see, man. I like seeing the ball spread around like that, opening it up for everybody.
Offensively, things are clicking. It's hard to really put too much weight into it in the sense of it was like when we beat Sanford, we're like, hey, it's Sanford. Unfortunately for Mississippi State, they're in that same boat. Texas is favored by 38 to 40 points come Saturday, and they're playing Mississippi. Yeah, we were favored by 6. So just to put that in perspective of what we got coming to us in a couple of weeks here with Texas. And I don't think Quinn's been announced to play yet. So that line could change if Quinn doesn't play Texas versus Mississippi State. However, the running back room again for Florida looked exceptional. Montreal was probably the least shining star of that room, which take that as you want. But Trayon Webb looked like the true real deal.
Yeah.
Running back one, blocking very well. And then Jacoby Jackson and Jaden Ball looked excited. Not too much of Caden Daniels. Didn't see too much of him, unfortunately.
No, not yet. I know Webb had that one Houdini play, man. Thought he was down in the backfield, and my man busted open for he almost got the touchdown. If he had one more step under him, he could have leaned up and got the touchdown. But that was dope to see.
It was. Again, all in all, I was happy with how the offense went, but defensively, it just put a sour taste in your mouth with how many yards we gave up, how many points we gave up. Those were the downfalls of this weekend. I did hear, and I saw that Billy basically made his presence known on the defensive room the week leading up to that. We were just talking too, because Armstrong, we announced on Sunday, it was in the presser or in the press box, making the calls from up top. Still nothing on Armstrong. Maybe he was sitting next to Ron. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
He's been ghost this year so far. Haven't seen his energy. Moss is calling me now. Hold on one second.
Oh, there we go. Tell him what's up. He's like, link's not working.
Just leaving the high school now. I'm in the head room right now.
Yeah, they were gonna beat you up, kid. How long you think? 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah,
We
what time
dance.
is it?
I'm
8:30 your time?
I'm on now. I could stall them out.
Okay, yeah, bro.
Stall them out, Debo. I got you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he said he just leaving practice, man. It was a little
Well,
held
he's
up,
grinding, so we respect
You
that.
know,
We
he's
respect
coaching at
Mr.
Cherry Creek. He's the defensive line coach at Cherry Creek High School in Colorado.
Okay.
I think they won a state championship 3 years in a row. They were trying to four-peat last year, but they couldn't do it. So they're trying to win
Wow.
another one. Yeah.
Too cool. Look, man, for me, I played golf, so I was offered to coach our high school here, but it's obviously with a lot going on. But that's kind of that's the long term plan. I would love to go and coach something like later on in life. It's just once you kind of go
Yeah.
through all the nonsense stuff, it's like, all right, let's settle down. Let's go.
It's tough coaching, man, because you really got to make that commitment family wise and team wise, because
Yeah.
it's an all day thing, and you got to have your ducks in a row with your family to be able to do that. Like, I got a baby girl, she want to do gymnastics, my wife's a nurse practitioner. It's like I got boys who want to play football. Can you coach full time and get all those things accomplished? You need a village, and you got to be set up right. So it is tough.
Agreed. So look, guys, what he just said, Jarvis Moss is set to come on about 20 minutes. He's coming home from practice, so a huge shout out to him for busting his butt. And look, here's what I want to do, though. A couple things. We've got plenty of things to go over till he gets here. First order of business, put some comments down below, some questions you want to ask Moss, or have him ready to go when he gets here, and then you can throw them into the comments section. I saw a few people asking about the big cock block against South Carolina, kind of how he felt during that. We'll go over those things. Also, we'll talk about UCF here. And because we're gonna wait for Jarvis to do the film breakdown, because you wanted to get his opinion, plain edge.
Sure.
I'm gonna talk to Mark because I don't know how much experience Jarvis has playing the game, but I think it's a little bit, so it'll be a good perspective.
He don't know nothing, man.
Yeah, I'm concerned that we're gonna lose credibility when he comes on the show, but we got a super chat from Gator.
Colorado. They got basements in Colorado.
Yeah, that was probably him. Billy was taking shots at. $10 is all I'm going to say is John Gruden is the answer. Listen to the mic up and imagine that in Florida. He would dominate, would hire the best staff in Florida history, take a chance. Gators. What's your thoughts on that, Gruden?
I actually like it. I like Gruden, outside of, the comments that was made, but,
Emails.
I think, yeah. What, I'm not sensitive by far, man. So I want to win, kid. Everybody has their little quirks about them. But yeah, I like his coaching style. I know in the film room he'll be amazing, helping those guys dissect plays and stuff offensively. Even on the defensive side, I think he just brings the wealth of knowledge to the game. But I don't know if it'll happen, but he's an exciting guy. But obviously, it'll come with some fluff. So,
yeah, look, I'm not a huge fan. Look, I was just looking up his overall wins record because I feel like he was obviously I know he won a Super Bowl in Tampa, but he's 117 and 112 losses. I mean, he's barely above a 500 win coach. Hasn't had. I mean, I don't remember him much in Tampa. I was young, 2002. I was damn near 10 when that happened. But I remember him at Oakland. Didn't have much success before he was cabooted. And I know the culture there was atrocious with him as well. Or maybe it wasn't as bad with him. I think maybe it was the following coach, McDaniels, or not McDaniels, but I can't think of his name now before they've got their guy now. But I'm not sold. Yeah, it was 8-8 in their 2020 season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. People keep bringing that up. I know Cali Barberia. He's brought it up plenty of times. I guess he was on an interview with ESPN where he's already kind of in the works looking into it. People are really.
I don't think it's that serious, but somebody got to try. They got to make their way back somehow. So might as well start throwing your name around now. I don't know if you land in Florida, but
to me that's a project hire. Still, I feel like it's
for sure.
I think he coached him. Go ahead.
You got to depend on him. Getting the right people around. You don't look at him as the guy that's going to do it himself. He has to get the right people around him. You're looking at him for the energy and what he'll bring to the game as far as that aspect, and be able to get on players and hold people accountable.
Sure.
But as far as thinking about what he's going to bring to the game himself and try to turn it around, it's not like you're hiring Lane or getting an Urban where you kind of know what they're going to do.
Sure. Are we really talking about Gruden? People hate him for reasons outside of football. Yeah, I mean, there's that
Yeah,
too. Look, that's why I don't think Florida will even dabble
no,
into that.
you can't. Yeah, that's too much.
Florida has
Too much
enough controversies. The last
problems.
thing they need is this hire. I trust me. Anybody that makes this hire is going to have some answering some hard questions that right now Florida has zero interest in
Yeah,
that. I can assure you.
we barely escaped this DEI issue we talk about. Yeah,
Yeah. So
no,
there, I was looking up. I'm going to read this question here in just a minute, but I was looking up because I can't. I'm drawing blanks. I do this every time. The defensive coordinator at Georgia. That's obviously been a name tossed around. That'd be a project hire again. And when you look at his track record, this guy hasn't had a single experience of head coaching experience. He's just been at Alabama for, I think, 7 or 8 years, and then maybe 6 years, and then 6 years now at Georgia. He was a linebacker coach for a year, I think, or two, a couple years under when Dan Lanning was there, and now he's the DC. And I looked at Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning has a similar path. Dan Lanning's first head coaching tenure is at Oregon, and he's thriving. So, but again, those are those chances. It was a risk you take when you go after guys like that. So,
yeah, I don't know if we're in a position for risk taking no more, man. Right now,
I
you
agree.
know what I
Look,
mean?
Lane Kiffin obviously is
I
the
don't want
ultimate
any more
answer here.
projects, kid. Don't give me a project coach, please. I don't know
We're
if I
good
can
on.
do it.
We've taken enough risk. 22 a day. USMC Gators says, "May you ask Champ why the kids don't trust in the defense coaches? It's almost like they're rebelling against them until the staff is fired." So we're gonna do a little bit of breakdown, which that may help answer. So keep it thin, but because the comments that Ron Roberts said is that it feels like the players don't believe in each other anymore. That's what was stated. This past weekend, which I thought was very strange. To me, that was a horrible comment by Ron Roberts.
I think it was. I think he has an old defensive mind, and I don't think he meant it by they don't believe in each other, like they don't like each other, or they're not trusting each other. But from a defensive aspect, if you're not doing your job, then that means you don't believe the guy behind you is going to do his job.
We talked about
we
that.
We need guys that are doing their job. We need all 11 doing your assignment. What is your job? And then if you're doing your job, it's easy for us to fix what the problem is. But when you have 2-3 guys not doing their job, it's hard to tell where we're going wrong at. You know what I mean? So I think this is me just, I've been around him, seen him. He has an old defensive state of mind. Just think that's him saying that, well, you have to trust your guys to be where they need to be. And I can't be, coach, well, I thought this was, ain't no I thought nothing. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And
it feels like there's a little bit of, again, we're losing games and guys are getting frustrated and almost playing me ball is what he's probably referring to.
You will start doing that after a while, because you're like, hey man, this guy's not doing his assignment. They keep running over here. Now let me try to get over here. And then once you do that, they got people up in the box seeing you overplaying stuff, and they're gonna catch you sleep. There's eyes everywhere. That's why you have to do your assignment.
For sure.
Yeah.
Boys
and
girls.
Go
ahead.
I was just saying, we were always taught, what's your alignment? What's your assignment? What's your technique? What do you align? What's your assignment on the play call? What technique do you take to get it done? Then 4 to 6 seconds of relentless effort doing that one thing. Get ready to do the next play. It's just really that simple.
Yeah.
What do you align? What's your assignment? What technique to get it done? Let's go play ball.
Hit somebody. Yeah.
If you can do that for 4 to 6 seconds every play, then you know what I mean? You have a positive outcome. Once you start doing other things and start thinking outside the box, not having your eyes where they need to be, because you want to be a hero, you're going to get beat.
JJ says we lose to UCF by double digits. Is Billy gone? I think they're favored by 13 right now. Headed into not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. The game is set for 7:45 kickoff at the Swamp. That week is going to be a busy one, to say the least.
We ain't losing.
Oh, no, excuse me. We're favored by 3.5. Pardon my French there. The Florida Gators are favored by 3.5 at home against UCF. Yeah.
We're not losing to UCF, man.
We can't, right? We can't lose to the great value team in Florida. It's not going to sit well with me. Those boys, they put up they have a banner that says national champions for not even playing in the game. I can't imagine what happens.
No offense to UCF, bro, but we're not losing to UCF.
All offense, for sure.
Yeah, all offense.
They have the #1 rush offense in the league right now, which is very, very concerning given how we play defensively. JT $5 says, we don't need another project for the love of God. This time, can we look more into that one name before throwing the kitchen sink out of contract? Yeah, look, my thing is I'm concerned that we're going to do what Florida does, right? I said it the other day. It's like we see a 5-star, we think we're in like a Jeremiah Smith, and we just don't close on it. Lane Kiffin's that. All the names we think that it's going to be, all the names we're hearing, it's going to end up being a name that we didn't even have circled on our list. You know what I mean? Like, that's how this thing's going to play out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. I mean, we got to bring somebody with some fire, man. We got recruiting at stake. We need a name, kid. We need a name. If for that fact, bring Dion. I mean, if you're gonna just go get somebody,
you're gonna fire up Jack with that one. You're gonna rally up the boys with that one, boys. Boys and girls, let me go ahead and let's get the bills paid and keep the lights turned on while we're waiting on Mr. Jarvis Moss to hop in here. We've got. Did Rocket Money find any subscriptions for you forgot about, or any you paid for twice and didn't realize it? Can you name every single subscription you have? I know I can't name all of mine, and I'm not alone. I just learned that over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. With Rocket Money, I don't have to remember every subscription or worry about forgetting any because I can see them all laid out right in front of me. Dude, it's atrocious with these subscriptions. That's why I love being a partner with Rocket Money. They help you with those things and keeping all that organized and saving you money. They'll talk about saving money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It's crazy when you start adding those things up, what it totals out to each month. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all those apps features. That's a ticket. That's a couple tickets to the Gator game, boys. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/hightopsports. That's rocketmoney.com/hightopsports. rocketmoney.com/hightopsports. Thank you guys for allowing me to get that in with Rocket Money. And I know some of you guys, you're going to get into it. Look, the subscription can buck wild with it. So Rocket Money is more of a personal, professional approach to things, but we're trying to keep it organized. So lock and load there.
You just reminded me to transfer some funds because I got a subscription trying to pull right now.
Bro, it's nuts, man. I'll be fighting credit cards sometimes. These subscriptions, like, you can't even cancel them. They suck the life out of you. But look, guys, if you guys are just joining us, I know we put out there the title. We're not clickbaiting you. Jarvis Moss is heading home for practice. Should be on about 10 minutes or so. We're gonna talk to him just about all things Florida football, his thoughts on the season thus far. Then we've got some film breakdown that we're going to have with him. So this show's going to go a little long because we're in a limbo mode. We are in no man's land at the moment. And guys are dropping in super chats, and we're going to read all of them all night tonight. So if you got questions, we rocking. Eugene Osteen. Love that. Hey, there's Osteens here in St. Augustine. Any relation? $20. Love you guys. Need our boosters and move on from the current UAA. Hire people that will embrace the new era of college football. Also separate football from the rest of athletics. Head of football operations, GM, and head coach. We love you too, Eugene, and thank you for the $20 dono. And yeah, shout
out Eugene.
For me, I agree. It needs to be separated. It needs to function as its own business entity at this point, just like the NFL. I mean, the more we fight against college football becoming the NFL, the hard look. As a fan, we can fight and be upset that it's changing. As the UAA and as these guys that are in charge, you need to just flip the switch and almost overkill it with how an NFL has functioned. And I think that would do huge things. Now, the one thing is, obviously, you can't tank. You don't have draft. So how do you find that GM? You got to find a GM that knows how to recruit, that knows how to facilitate deals, that can hold a head coach accountable, right? Understand the culture that's needed to be successful. Those are, again, create that position. And I had Andy Staples on, and I said that, like, hey, why don't we just move Scott Strickland and like, hey, take over this and hire somebody else. And he was kind of against the fact of like, that's dumb. Why waste that money? The Scott Strickland should do that job, or whoever you bring in should do that job. And I don't disagree with him, but at the same time, I mean, there's a reason why if you go to an NFL organization, it has 19 million people to do the same thing because of how big it is. To think that college football isn't at that same level is blasphemy.
Well, eventually it won't be losing money. That just got to come out of his cut. You're not running the football program. That's bringing in 90% of the money. We need somebody. I mean, what are you getting paid to do here?
That is true. Now, then the argument comes like, well, I'm not going to work if I'm not going to get my full paycheck. But yeah, I think that's a solid point. It's like, hey, this should be 70% of what you're doing, and it's not. So that's what we care
Yeah.
about here in the SEC, okay? It just means more, and it doesn't mean enough to you, strictly.
Yeah. Yeah. You go be somewhere else.
Look, I will say the one pro we have, I will say, typically the voices that the fans aren't usually heard. But we're in a weird state and world of media that obviously a lot of us have kind of turned our heads on this and have been very vocal about it. And I wouldn't say that myself has much of an influence on this. I think we can rally the fans to be rowdy. But when you've got Nick Saban on ESPN Media Day being rowdy about it, you've got big time beat writers on On3 writing about it. It was on SEC Shorts, which isn't like a big thing, but those are mass produced content that is consumed by the millions, all stating the same thing about the UAA and Scott Strickland. It's just going to hopefully start traveling downhill faster.
Eventually, the fans' voice get louder now that you turn into professional sports. Most teams in NFL react off fans. If they say your defensive back sucks, next year they'll go get somebody that play defensive back to fulfill the fans' needs. Some teams try to win and they gonna go off structure, but most of the time it's the fans' voices. Seen a lot of NFL organizations get turned upside down just because of the fans' voices, but we have a loud enough voice. They're gonna start eventually. Because if you don't go show up at the games, you're not gonna get the money.
That's the biggest thing.
If we're not giving to the NIL, you're not going to get the people you need. So the fans do have a say so, and it'll be louder as we start to move into this professional atmosphere.
Muddy says, according to all these reports and the reporters from CBS, Scott Strickland ain't going anywhere. BS. And look, what I've kind of felt like I'm noticing happen is that it feels very political, right? When you have two sides of the coin here. And now you look, these articles become agenda pushers, propaganda pushers, more so than just factual good journalism. You know what I mean? And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not trying to take any shots here because I don't know who wrote the article or any of those things, but that's just the name of the game anymore. If you've got somebody in your back pocket and you want to kind of, because here's again, we have the heat coming from this side of the media, right? Just your YouTuber content. You get Nick Saban on ESPN. That starts. I would say the other crowd, a different crowd, the older crowd who doesn't really watch media, they start hearing that. So my dad is a prime example of this. Okay, things will go on for a couple of days, and my dad will send me a link like that happened like 4 days ago, bro. But that's just how it's just how the timeline is, right? And how he hears it, and how he sees it, and what is pushed onto him. So CBS writes that article. They're trying to, that could be an attempt. Look, this is super like. Tinfoil hat shit. Yeah. But yeah, I'm fully believing that there is reason. Look, in a way, we have our own agenda, right? We, as the fans, we want to win. So we'll be vocal about stuff that we want to have change. So how much of this is true, who knows? But look, if he isn't going anywhere, then hopefully there is that alternative where he just is removed from the football side of things, which I'd be okay with. That's completely okay with me.
Football is king at Florida, man. I know we've done great things with all the other sports and basketball and stuff like that, baseball. Football gets you the bucks, man.
Absolutely, it brings in all the honeys and money, baby. Truth Seeker, absolutely yoked. If that's you in your profile picture, $10 says, "Love you guys. We'll love you more if you're going to protect us with those muscles. Been watching for years." I love hearing that. It's crazy to think how long we've been doing this. How do you feel about Billy showing no fire after the terrible blindside call? That's a great question. Because, look, I understand you not having and trying to keep an even keel and an even tempo for your guys, but there's always a time and a place, right? It's like a father. You have to keep an even keel. You got to keep an even head. But there's a time and a place that you kind of show that you're the alpha, that you're the dominant presence in the room. And for me, this is that perfect time. And obviously, he's like, well, I didn't want to, we just got a call. I don't want to get another penalty and call. F it. If it's worth it in that moment, because if your guys see that, it's like, this guy's pissed. Like he knows I was wrong. Aiden Mizell was wrong. No, I didn't only the team, but individually, Aiden Mizell, who had a big play, and Montrell. It's like, your guys are out there giving you 110%, giving you grit. He levels that guy, puts out a block better than the O-line's been blocking all season, and you don't want to show any fire? Great question, Truth Seeker. I'm not surprised anymore, but that's just one of those things where like. I heard his press conference
a post game answer to that question. He was just saying, you know, there's nothing he can really do about it, you know. But you can still give your guys some kudos. Hey, that was a great block. You know, at least say something. You know what I mean? Just to, you know, let the guys.
There's
know
a
that
petty way of doing it, right?
Yeah,
Where you can.
yeah.
Lane Kiffin would have said,
Well, I understand, but that's not. We're expecting way more than what Billy is as far as energy. That's not him.
This is true. That's our fault for expecting it. That's falls on it. You're right. Look, I don't expect it anymore, so I don't get upset. But look,
Yeah.
that's a good point of like, and even if you were to get a fine, my thing is there's a time and a place to make a stand. And I think that you've overstayed your welcome of not making a stand.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would have been a perfect time. Again,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Fantastic block, by the way. Mizell put him in a blender. He put the Gator on a dead leg. He flew past him and set him up for a perfect block. And he was looking directly at the guy. He may didn't have the time he wanted to react, but
I'm still like in awe about it. Like I would love to get like a review on that of like how can this. We've had two egregious calls on us, but it got overshadowed what Mizell did. Like that guy was breaking ankles.
Yeah, no,
like
yeah,
90 of them.
Yeah,
Bro, that was
amazing.
That was so fun to watch. Super chat from Mr. Nobody. I'm not reading that. You're a little bitch. No, I'm just kidding. $5 says, I think Lane trolling. Don't think he's coming. He's the type of guy that gives me leave you at the altar type vibes. Look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I couldn't agree more. But here's my thing. I'm in such a low place right now. I'm at the point where I'll go to the club and I will take whatever hits on me. You know what I mean? Like so if Lane wants to flirt with me, I'm in such a bad place. I know I have zero chance with that chick, but if she wants to give me flutter her eyes, I will buy her drinks all night, knowing that I'm not going home, but it'll make me feel good for right now. That's where I stand with Lane.
I don't know. For me, it's like it goes to the state of the mind of the whole program over there. Like, would you allow your coach to do that?
That's how he is, though.
Like, I understand you saying that's how he, but okay, he's acknowledged that there's a lot of noise going around, right? He's in the video. He's like, you know, he acknowledged that there's noise going around, right? But then you go and like a post about somebody from a Florida fan about you and retweets it. Like, how do you answer?
That's what he does.
Okay, yeah, I mean, your locker room has to be slightly unhinged, slightly crazy.
Nope.
How do you explain? But how do you walk into the locker room the next day and like, no, I'm just Joshua with no guys. You guys go out there and have a great time. I'll never go to Florida. Like, are you saying that behind closed doors, like out loud to your team? Because they're on social media too. Or they're like, Coach, boy, you funny. That was so funny. We're gonna go ball out for you. And then like, I couldn't have that for me if I was running the program over there. I couldn't have my head coach doing that.
This is so fun.
I'm so
glad we're having this conversation.
It is funny.
I've got an answer
awesome,
for you.
Locker rooms are fragile. Like some people don't know how to take it. That means he just got a group of guys that either just really love football and don't really give a damn about if he leaves or not. They're just there to play football. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I love it though.
Here's my thought process on it. I agree with. I understand where you're coming from, and there's a lot to unpack here. Number one, look at the guys that he goes after. Princely Umlauen, right? That man lives on Twitter talking shit. So first of all, he understands that world. Number one. You have to. Number two, you're winning. Winning cures all. So in a way, it's like I really don't care what this coach is spewing out and a lot of these guys are gonna be gone next year too. It's the passion for the color, I think, for the jerseys has changed for when you played as well. That's
you have to play it year by year. It doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Number three, I've always stated this. Billy would never recruit me. I could be the best quarterback in the country. He wouldn't recruit me because of my personality. We wouldn't fit. It wouldn't work. Lane Kiffin would recruit me. You know what I'm saying? I would be in that locker room.
I like it. I love it. Like I love it. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be worried if he's gonna be here the next year or not. We in the moment, we kicking behind. Let's win out this year. I wouldn't even be thinking about next year right now. So I love it personally, but there's a lot of fragile people. You talking about bringing a team together. They have to be of the same mindset. And it reflects when you're winning like that, your team reflects you. So if they're brought into his personality and they just know this is just him and they not concerned, then that's a great thing. You have a team that can block out the noise. Because if you have your head coach stirring the pot and then you're asking your kids to block out noise, they have to be A1 in blocking out noise. because you're causing noise. So and if he could bring that aspect to it, I would love it for our guys because he brings a level of, hey, this is social media. Don't even worry about that. We're here to play football and we're going to win. And that's why they're winning, because they can pay attention to details and worry about the things that really matter. And that's the guys in the locker room, not all the extra noise. And so I like it. It's just funny.
Look, I think there's a way you can look at it where like he's so loud on social media that he kind of takes all the crap from everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like Florida players, they're constantly being thrown jabs at, and
They have
our
no
coaches
skill.
are blocking people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no steal. Yeah, they
Our
are.
coaches are fragile with a wet bread. They're out blocking cats, and they can't even block on the O line. But we're blocking them on Twitter. Like, what are we doing here? So I thought for sure I was gonna get blocked by Ron Roberts. I tweeted at him. I usually don't tweet at coaches because it's stupid, but I
Lord.
was like, I don't care. J and J Truck and $5 says, hey, what y'all think about think about your Kerwin Bell? Shane Matthews likes him. He's won everywhere he has been, and he's a Gator, and we might need that. Steven?
Man, we need so many people. Like, yeah, there's so many names. I really don't like to get too far ahead of myself with thinking about all of them, because I'm really concerned with us getting right over this off week and try to put a better product on the field. My heart really be feeling for the seniors and juniors that we have that are trying to make it to the next level, and they need the most support that we can give them because they're trying to build for their family and their future, and I don't want to forget those guys. So I really hope we get it right. If we can get it right, and if Billy still has to move on, cool, but I want us to win the games we got now. I can't really think about too many different coaches right now.
I was thinking about it today too, because look, obviously Billy being 2-2, in the 2 losses to Miami, I think that one was always going to be a tough one. A&M, I felt like we were going to be we should have been better. We should have won that game. 3-1, I feel like it was actually really realistic. But I even go back. I always try to like think again because we're in the moment, right? If we're 2-2, could I still process that? I said, look, if we were 2-2, but we just showed some fight and we showed progress each week, and we still have yet to do that, especially defensively. Offensively, you could argue that we have, even against A&M. We had some humps, and I feel like that game offensively, we hurt ourselves with the automatic back and forth between the two. Love the game plan of, hey, we're going to put DJ on these specific times. I think there's a little more organization, a little more flow behind that. I've been saying that since the beginning. Clearly, Billy missed those episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That I also feel like, why is there so much delay on making right decisions? Those things I don't know either. But, if there was a little more reason to be excited, like I feel like I could maybe, I wouldn't say buy back in, but look, the UCF game is going to be the nail in the coffin, I think, to be honest. We've heard UCF as the game, and I think obviously it's that 5th game, which burns the red shirts, which a lot of people are talking about. But also kind of like, look, you had a bye week. You've had 4 weeks to figure this thing out. You had 4 weeks to see who's the best guy to put in. And that's what we need to see against UCF. Go ahead.
And I think we did a lot of that this week too, still trying to figure out who the guys are. So when we start sitting guys, they can't be mad. It's like, hey, we gave you shots. You know what I mean? You got a chance to put stuff on tape. And now, because with the playoffs, I feel like you get a little more leeway with trying to figure out who guys are and playing a lot of guys to just give them the chance to show who they are, because you still have the playoffs, especially if you're an SEC team, knowing that you can have 2 losses, possibly 3, and still make the playoffs. So that kind of gives you a little room. And I feel like we've been doing that, trying to play too many guys, not trying to play too many guys, but giving guys a chance to put on tape what they can do against real opponents. And now once you get into this part of the season, we're going to have to make decisions, because especially when we start talking about the defense, there's things that I've seen, like Gums has to be on the field more. And playing.
Easy, don't be giving away the secrets.
Yeah, but but I just feel like we have
real
a
quick,
little.
Can we do this?
leeway to
Because
do that.
you talked about Justice Boone not performing well on the run block, and I brought it up Sunday because. So here's 2 things, right? 3 things. You said he didn't do on the run block well. He only played 19 snaps, but he had one of the highest PFF scores. That PFF score could be skewed a little bit given the fact that he only had 9 over the minimum snap requirement. So there's not much data there to bring that down. And if the team knows, hey, he's better suited here, they put him at his best opportunity to succeed. So
Right.
that's why we didn't see him too often on the run scheme. But that's frustrating because that guy's he wears number 1. He's supposed to be the guy on defense. You don't
Yeah.
rep number
Yeah.
1 unless you're him.
Yeah. I mean, right, but then the scheme has to suit you. And where they put you has to suit you. You know what I mean? And you want to be set up to succeed and be in the best positions to succeed. But if it doesn't fit you, the scheme that you're in, then it just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? For me, he's not a huge enough guy to have him two gapping over the tackle. You know what I mean? That's something that you normally have bigger defensive end do that. See guys that are 6'4", 6'5", 290. You know what I mean?
Like a
Albert
Gums.
Hainsworth type people. If you want to, yeah, you want to two gap somebody. You need somebody more solid that can put that pressure on them and do that. That's not what Boone is good at. But what he's good at, he's great at. And I think if we use him the right way, you can get more production.
JT
But a
says,
lot of times we get
sorry,
caught. I found us getting caught because we're trying to substitute these packages, but the personnel for the package don't fit.
Yeah. And look, I mean, that, with how Princely is succeeding, how everybody who's left this defense is having success the following year speaks a lot to development and the scheme as well. And again, you can't argue it's not his guys because these are the guys that he went out there and got. JT, $5 says Florida football is a 3 sitting at the bar next to it, that 9. Like you're rooting for the guy, but likely she snickers and leaves with a buff tater chai. I love it. Thank you, JT, for the $5. Then Levi says $5 says, like and subscribe, peeps. Show these boys some love for all the hard work. We just need coaches that aren't full of shit and have fire. Lion season been over. Yeah, we are far from Lion season, Levi. Absolutely. 350 strong, boys and girls. Good to see you.
Army Sniper says Famous was just telling us, arguing last week that D-line wasn't a problem. There's a difference between what we have on our defense when I consider defense. We have hybrid players. For one, Coach Chapman only coaching the interior defensive line. So that's not considered the defensive ends. I don't know who our defensive ends are or who are our rush guy, whatever they call that extra position, is not in total with the defensive line. Interior guys, that's for me the way we normally play 4-3 or base fronts. That would consider all the defensive line. You have regular defensive ends, but we have hybrid players, and I'm not sure if they're called linebackers or what they're calling these jacks or whatever they call these guys.
Yeah, the S spot, the jack, the edge guys, right? Those are the ones that you're talking about. The deep, like the Slackmans, the Cam Jacksons, the Cam Banks,
right.
The Big Dez. That's more what you're referring to as the D line,
right?
Doing things well. It's the two guys on the outside where the struggle has been, which we're going to get into in the film breakdown, which is like the Cameron James, Tyreek Saps, Justice Boone, Pie Burns. That position has been struggling.
Correct.
But you guys are. Come on, Sniper. We call it a family like that.
Army, he always like to challenge me.
Yeah, he be rowdy. He be rowdy. Yeah, he be trying to be hard in the chat and shit. Scrapyard $2 says, "Do y'all think we beat UCF being it's a home game? I mean, we're favored by 3 according to ESPN. So it bothers me because I feel like we should go in there and handle business. KJ Jefferson coming in, having experience. They've ran the ball well. We're gonna see them against Colorado this weekend. I'll have a better feel after I watch that game, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't seen much UCF football. I've watched Colorado's ball, so I know I'm familiar with them and what they can do and what they can bring, and defensively what they bring to the table. So I think I'll have a better idea, to be honest with you.
And you know what? I think shout out to Jabari Lyons, man. Get back well soon. Get well soon, kid.
I think he's out for the season.
I know, but I think we're underestimating what he would have brought to the table at that position. Now that he's not here.
Sniper's still yelling at you. I don't know why he's so frustrated on a Monday afternoon. It's unbelievable. And
they didn't run up the middle. It looked like the middle when you're pulling guys, but Army, you'll see. It's okay. You'll be all right.
Let's see what Brandon had to say. Kerwin Bell, 66-35 at JU, 27-7 at Valdosta State, 17-16 at Western Carolina. Currently, won everywhere he's been. Right. Brendan over here just throwing bows. CBS reporter that name to watch out for us is Cliff Kingsbury. Heck no. I mean, I like me some Cliff, but again, he's one of those guys that have sold out. Here's what I'm thinking with this coaching thing, because you see what Hugh Freeze now, they're trying to get, they're already pissed off at Auburn. We're probably these kids finessing us and hitting the portal. These coaches are finessing everybody. And I was actually talking with my buddy today. It's like the college football landscape is too big. It's messy, right? With the NFL, it's a good old boy club.
A lot of teams, yeah.
If you piss one person off, all those guys kind of have a big fat group chat. They're like, hey, Kaepernick is a prime example of like, you don't touch him. Right? Cam Newton was in that. I think Bill Belichick's been blackballed. I think he pissed off Robert Kraft in New England, and they're like, hey, he's a no bueno. These owners, right? They're not gonna, if there's a bad apple, they won't allow that guy to move on. College football is not that way. And what I mean by that is like, look, these coaches that keep basically just ravaging through these colleges, the colleges have to come together to like, hey, we got to get better at this. Unfortunately, there isn't going to be enough kumbaya to come to, like, you know what I mean? Like a meeting.
You can't, because you move whole, it's not just the coaches that move, you move whole staffs, like training staff, you move people in different positions that you have, like you're moving so many people that it's hard to keep what's what at one program. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's too many moving parts. Like one head coach leaving, 40 coaches on the staff are gone. You lose the trainer, you lose the equipment guy, you lose. So nobody's able to keep the culture there. Nobody's able to tell what really happened to keep other guys from coming. It's too many people move around.
That is true. Yeah, and John Gruden also blackballed. He will never coach in the NFL again. I can assure you. It's just, again, there isn't enough of that, I think, in the college football landscape. So you always are going to have this wild west.
Yeah, because Gruden can go coach at a college somewhere.
Yeah, a college will take that.
Get his feet wet again. Yes.
Yeah, a college will take the risk because there's just so much there. There isn't enough. I don't want to say control, but there isn't. You can get 32 NFL teams. You can get 32 people to be like, yeah, all right, we're good. We're not gonna. We're quietly blackballing this person. Okay, college, that will never happen. There's always, and that's why I say too, like you can't holding these kids holding them accountable is hard, because there's another school that'll be like, I don't care. I've also said there's going to be a college football team, or college in general, that takes oil money from old boys that run the Live Golf Tournament. I can't think of it right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. There's somebody that's going to take that money that'll eventually do that. Tazah Orange, $20 says, love the show. A lot of love tonight. Feeling that on a Monday night. Shelton, you're definitely the white version of me. Okay. All right. Love that. I'll take that. When it comes to our Gators, love Billy, but we need change. We need a few heavy rotations at running back, and let's hire George DC for head coach. He'll be hungrier than the rest. George is defensive coordinator. Excuse me. Yeah. I said George, but it's okay. Look, you are the, I'm assuming, black version of me, because you spelled George as George, and I would have spelled it wrong too. So that's perfect. I love that. Thank you for the $20, man. I appreciate it. $2 says Bill Belichick for next UF head coach. I mean, I wouldn't sleep on it.
Hey,
I would love that.
Hey,
Billy B.
Spike's there.
Oh, I would like it, man. I don't know if Big Bell, the no nonsense. I mean, it'd be fun to watch. But I mean, I don't know. After given how the things played out at New England, you're like, was it old Tommy B? You know what I mean? Tom leaves, Tom has success. Tom leaves, Bill has no success. Here we go.
Ching.
We danced for 40 minutes here, Harris. I mean, we should start a podcast. I mean, we done crushed it.
It's Champ's Corner, baby.
You know what I'm saying? We done knocked it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys waited, you're in for a treat. Gator champ, Jarvis Moss is ceiling, everybody. Okay, give it up for Jarvis Moss ceiling.
One time for the ceiling.
Yeah, one time for the ceiling.
Please don't Shannon Sharp us.
Jarvis has no clue what he's walking into right now. He has zero clue.
Shannon Sharp us. Please don't share him with the Shannon.
To be fair, nobody knows if it's not Jarvis's or Jarvis. Maybe he didn't think we'd answer this quickly. I don't know. This is fun. We'll wait.
That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle.
Hopefully he knows he's on.
Yeah, I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
I said that's my Michelle. We thought you were finna hit us with the Shannon Sharp.
No, I'm trying to figure out how.
He's not having it. He's not having it.
Nah, he ain't catch it yet. He's trying to get his mind together. He know Gator Nation finna be on his head. So
Did
he's
you
trying
see
to.
his shoulder? Do you think he's free to do our strength and conditioning?
Yeah, right.
Jarvis, you free? You got some time to come down to Florida? He's not on. He's not on the. No, he's in the no nonsense train here tonight.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Can you
we
hear
can
us?
hear you, bro.
Oh, y'all can hear me, but my camera's tripping, Steve. Hold on.
We can
I
see you.
Okay.
It's not on your face, but I see you.
Can we get a flex?
No, but that's what I'm trying to.
All it look like you've been taking HGH.
Nah, that's a lie. I ain't never cheated. Take pride in that. I take pride in that. I never cheated.
Look, you know, I know that boy veins popping though.
God, did you do a push up before the show?
Nah, man, y'all chill.
Jarvis, my wife watches this show. You got to chill, man. You got to put a shirt on.
I don't know why my camera doing this to you. I really don't, bro.
I can see you though, bro.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay.
What? Just
Right
set it
on,
up.
right on.
Yeah. Just line
What
it up
y'all
in front of
talking
you.
about?
We
We're
were
waiting on
we were
you.
just bullshitting, waiting for you, man. What are you seeing?
What do you can't see us?
Yeah, I can see y'all, but my camera will not line up with my face. That's so weird.
Oh, okay.
Set the phone down.
If you just sit still, we can see you.
Yeah,
Like
when you were
your
sitting
face
down and just
your face is right in the middle of the box right now.
Let me move over here.
Pause.
Jarvis ain't ever coming back. He ain't ever coming. We done burn this bridge.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere. Boss funny.
Gator waves says, "Move your chair." There we go.
Oh, there we go. All right.
A little more.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You did 15, 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
So I know what happened.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, fam.
Yeah. You good, kid. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay,
all right.
good. There we go.
Are we
Yeah,
good?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Are we
he
good?
a perfectionist. You know, you got to have the right angle and all this.
Look, we could use a little bit of that.
You look good, brother.
Well, Jarvis, good to see you, man. I
Thank
appreciate you coming on here and hanging out with us. Means a lot.
Right on. Right on. Nice jersey. Who was that? 51? Who was
That's
that?
Ventrell Miller, baby.
Okay. All right.
Respect.
And that's my brother Steve. Yeah, I'm just getting here from the high school. I expected to be here a little earlier.
Nah, it's all
I hear
good.
you're a 3-time champion over there.
2.
Steven's bad at math.
For me.
Okay. All right. Understood. Steven just
No, 2
told me
for
3.
you, but you
Yeah,
guys did 3 for
we lost the championship. We lost the state championship last year, but
you. Okay.
yeah.
You guys looking good this year?
Yeah, we look good this year, man. You know, we got to redeem ourselves. You know, got a good group of kids, and you know, definitely the coaching staff is solid. So we opened up. We played our first 3 of our first 4 games this year. We played out of state, so we went to Utah week 1. Played a good team, a bunch of Polynesian kids. It was a good test. They beat us. It was week 1 for us though, and week 3 for them. So we had a lot of first game stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
Then the second game we went to Nebraska and played a pretty good team. We whooped their ass real good, and came home. Came home to Colorado, Steve, and we played our first home game and got our feet wet at home and beat a team. And we just left Dallas this weekend. Played
I seen the big
Highland Park.
showdown.
Yeah, played Highland Park. Beat 51 to like 39.
Oh, okay.
Good game. Everybody, Emily Crow, you know, my mom's, everybody, Steve. It was cool.
Yeah, I seen them hyping it up. I seen the flyer for you coming back to Texas with your Colorado boys, man. That was dope.
They picked the worst pitcher, didn't they?
you know they gonna never do you right, boss, but it's all right.
Are you guys like the IMG of Colorado, playing all over the place like that?
No, it's actually a public school, but our head coach is legendary, Dave Logan. He a former Bronco back in the '60s, like when OJ played and stuff. And he played at CU, played for the Cleveland Browns, played for the Denver Broncos. I think he also got drafted to go pro in baseball. Got a D1 scholarship in football, baseball, and basketball. So Dave Logan in like the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame here. He Dave big time around here, and he like the voice of the Broncos on the radio now. So
is he looking to come to Florida?
Yeah, we used to joke about that before Colorado hired Coach Prime. Like they need us up there, but
at Colorado.
Yeah, Dave. Dave Logan is big time. He run a ING like program. You know what I'm saying? It's head to toe, good coaches. Good players that want to come and compete. That's what it's all about, really.
I mean, sounds like you travel all over the country playing schools.
Yeah, this year for sure, we spent about $200,000 on traveling for the kids. So
wow,
they already got a little college feel. You feel me, Steve?
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Getting on the plane, going to handle your business trip. So I thought this was great for our kids this year.
Awesome, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Jarvis, we want to talk a little Gator football with you, and then if you got time, we've got some film. Stephen Harris said you played a little ball yourself. I don't know, how much you know, but we're to get your perspective. We're just joking here, Jarvis. I don't know, the pulse of the show. We're not very serious around here. What's your thoughts, man, of this Florida football team? Give us your take.
Either froze.
So y'all know I'm brutally honest. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I just told y'all, I never cheated. When it comes to football, I never changed my standard. Really for nobody. I don't care if you're in the Hall of Fame or, a 5-star high school recruit, the culture and, certain things when it comes to football is supposed to be done. I coach, with in the movie, Remember the Titans, what they say, attitude reflect leadership. So it really starts from the top down. And I'm gonna be honest, I particularly didn't like Urban Meyer that much. But it's not about liking a dude. It's about who's the right leader for the boys and the program. And that's where it started. I think that's what we need. And for even to bring big time recruits in, I think you need a leader that kids want to go play for.
Wow.
Nice.
Laying it heavy there, Jarvis. So, I mean, there's
no disrespect to nobody, and it's no disrespect.
For sure, bro. You know what it takes.
It's my opinion. Yeah, it's my opinion. I've been around a lot of championship programs. Especially if we talking college. Steve. I ain't forgot. What we did and what it took, and the discipline, the attitude, the mindset. Being coached hard, being able to go out and put it all together. It started with the top. Like I said, I particularly didn't like Urban Meyer that much, but would I replace him and try to bring in another coach if I could rewind time and do things my way? Heck no. Because when it comes to offense, defense, and special teams, he had the team clicking on all three cylinders, and that's what it's about. And me particularly as a defensive guy, Urban was the first person to show me how important special teams was. Mm-hmm. I ain't been in Gainesville in a while. I ain't never spent much time around coach there or the program lately. But I know it started with the leadership. It started at the top, bro.
Yeah, and look, a lot of the guys that come on that say, "Hey, no disrespect," and I don't take it that way. I don't feel like the chat feels that way. We respect your opinion greatly, given the fact of what you did for the Florida, and then after the fact, you've incredible pedigree to be able to speak on it, and obviously even coach yourself.
Right.
You understand what it takes.
And humbly, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to just humbly give my opinion. In our high school meetings, we have a kid stand up before we start going over film, and coach has that kid say, hey, don't take things personally. Because we just being objective, you know what I'm saying, and being real about things.
That's
So
dope.
when are you watching the games and keeping up with it on defense? I don't know if you heard the comments. I want to get your thoughts on this too with Ron Roberts. Did you hear his comments?
Okay. Well, you wrote, tell me, put me on right now.
You did not hear it?
Tell me right now.
Oh, okay. He said they interviewed him before the game. He goes, I feel like the team, the defense is not buying into one another. What is your thoughts? If you're a player at that time, what would you think if you heard that?
So I've had some good coaches and I've had some bad coaches. You know, I've had some programs and systems and schemes that I knew were flawless, and you know, teams weren't going to be able to beat us or do nothing with us. And then I've had some bad coaches and played in some schemes where I knew, hey, they finna run through us like, you know, bottled waters. So, you know, when you're not buying in, definitely, you know, it's philosophy, trust issues, scheme issues. I mean, we could just keep going down the box. You know, you know, you know, let's just keep it real.
So,
Fact.
and we've actually talked about Steven with that too, the scheme issue. Do you feel that that's, again, it starts back at the top, what you said earlier, right?
Yeah, right. And football is hard. So I want to give coach and all the coaches their props right now. You know what I'm saying? While we've been, this is a tough sport first and foremost. For anybody to think, hey, the Gators should just have success just because the Gators. No, football is hard. You know, it's a difficult sport. You know, for coaches and players, right? So, yeah, you know, I will start there. Um, this kind of coach first time in the big times like this. You know, I was kind of shocked when he got the hire, coming from such a small program. You know what I'm saying? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Urban came from a little program too, but in my opinion, I think you need somebody proven
For sure.
at the head of things.
We were talking about that before you hopped on of who the next guy would be, and a big splash was one. I do want to circle back to Urban question. Then I know there's a few people that wanted to ask about the cock block, which was a big deal. But you said you didn't like Urban, but obviously he made you guys tick in a way that was successful for you guys. Not to throw Urban under the bus, but was it just his personality? And again, how, if you didn't like him, what made it allow for you guys to kind of put that to the side and go play football? I think that's such a intriguing aspect.
That is true. And when I say I don't like him, you know, let's just say nobody's perfect. And I think there was some things done that certainly, you know, he wouldn't get away with in 2024, you know, in some program, you know, at this level, you know, and I just leave that there. You know, I respect him, man. So let's not get that confused at all, you know, at the highest forms. And that's why I said I wouldn't replace him with anybody because of, you know, how my team performed, you know, the mentality that he instilled, the coaches that he brought along with him that I love and will always love. So it's a high level of respect for Urban. And yeah, it's a huge, don't get it twisted. For me being a 21, 20-year-old saying, oh, I don't really like him, you know what I'm saying? And from a grown man tell you now in hindsight, I respect him, and he, you know, what he brought with him, you know, changed a lot of our lives as far as success and just our mentality, you know. We were a talented group of kids before he got there. He just really brought that discipline and that, you know, exactly what we needed to tighten up as young men. And, yeah, that's why I respect him so much. We were a talented group before he got there.
I look, I can appreciate that, a golf coach, where at the time, I think the entire group of guys, we weren't the biggest fans of our coach. We didn't love him, right? We respected him. We appreciated what he did. Obviously, now looking back, it's like, yeah, I see him, I go, what's up, coach? I love you. You know what I mean? Give him a hug because I respect what he did for us. But I totally understand that. Like, look, at that moment in time, it's like, look, would I go and hang out and have a beer with you? No. Okay, let's keep it in between the lines. But you pulled out the best of me. Yeah. And look, were there other ways that you could have done it? Sure. But at that time, maybe that's what I needed. And I just didn't know it.
So you paraphrasing it. If I could have said it any better, you just said it right there. That's exactly what I meant.
That's what I thought. I think again, I haven't heard most people kind of speak out on Urban. We've heard of the stories, we've seen Swamp Kings, and I think maybe because like what you said is that looking back at that moment, if you guys would all been interviewed and made the Swamp Kings, there probably would have been a lot of disgruntled players. And even Steven just came on the show. He's like, "Look, I got into it with Steven or with Urban. Like I was like, I'm out of here," and he kind of circled me back in. So look, it's a like you said, it's a tough job to get into. I don't know what this person's saying. I thought he was going to ask you a question. I know there's a lot of people that wanted to know your thoughts on the cock block and how you felt it in that moment, which was an absolutely monumental moment for the Florida Gators in and of yourself, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely one of my hugest moments, in my sports career. It's funny you spoke about coaches. I remember when Ron Zook was there. Before Urban got there, Zook would always tell me, even when I was hurt and not being able to contribute to the program, he would always walk up to me and he's like, "You're gonna make me famous. You're gonna make me famous. You're gonna make me famous." And I never really understood, And then, here comes along Urban, with a really talented crop of Ron Zook's recruits, honestly. And I started to reflect on everything, and in hindsight, it's like that's what Zook was telling me. Like, you're gonna be a good player. You're gonna be a big time player. So the cock block was a huge moment for our program, our school. I'll tell you this is exactly how it happened. I played every snap of the South Carolina game. I didn't come off the field for one play. Balls to the wall, giving it all my all. Cut the film on. Y'all, anybody listening right now, go check it out. Be like, "Hey, there, number 94, I ain't lying."
No. We can't hear you, bro.
No. All right, I'm gonna kick him out. Hopefully he'll hop back in. No, bro, we were right in the middle of it. Let's go.
He'll call back in.
Real quick, guys, there's a lot of people spamming right now. I do apologize. I don't know what's happening.
Call back in, bro.
There he is.
There we go.
We lost you. I don't know what happened. All right. Right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle of it. Where was I at?
You were talking,
saying you would tell us how it happened.
Yeah, you were every snap. Watch the film. You were in it.
Right, and I played every snap of the South Carolina game. I'm tired. We call a TV timeout. We call a timeout to ice the kicker. Right? And we all walk over to the sideline, to the hash, to talk to the coaches. And I'm bending over, catching my breath. I got my hands on my knees. And Coach Strong is looking at me like, "Hey, Harvey, come in for Moss," And I'm looking at him like, ain't no way I'm coming out of this game right now. And I'm literally looking. I'm looking at Urban. I started to walk back on the field like, I'm not listening to you right now. I looked at Urban. I was like, "Urban, you better talk to him." That's literally how it happened. Coach Strong was trying to pull me out, pull a fresher guy in. And I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to take me out and I played every play of the game. You might well let me play the last play. So I remember it going down like that. And, our plan coming out of that timeout was for Steve and Ray McDonald to double team one of the guards. And I was just going to be the jumper. And I just remember taking how you see a basketball player just take one drop step and just go up and dunk. That's how my footwork was. I just took one step, knowing they would be out of my way once I took that step, right? Because they going to get off. So I had room to take a step and get up in the line and get closer. And, I just got up, young, best athlete on the team. So, it happened like that.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I give you flowers, bro.
Come on,
He's that guy.
Nah, what a moment though. That was just a great season overall. That was just one moment of it,
It really was. I mean, it felt like there were, a accumulation of those moments, but that was awesome. That was cool hearing you tell it too. I think, look, we've had Major Wright on the show. He talked about that hit at Oklahoma. It's cool. One thing I can tie together by just interviewing and talking with the guys that played in the past is the mindset that all of you had of just one, like that killer mindset, right? About you're not taking me out of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Major Wright talks about like, hey, I knew in this moment that a pick would not be an impact, but me slamming this man to the ground would be. And just everybody,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Even now, I mean, how many years ago was that? Right, almost 20 years ago, and the
Yeah.
mindset's still there. Like he's
Yeah.
still like it's just a switch, and it could all just snap.
Of course, I was actually at that game. I was in the crowd in Miami. That's where the
Yep.
Gators played in
Mhm.
Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
The major
Yeah.
beat 'em. I was at that game live, and it's funny. I was up in the crowd. I decided not to go on the sideline and use all my passes and stuff and be on the sideline. And so when all the crowd, all the fans realized I was sitting in the crowd with them watching the game, they were like, "What are you doing up here with us?" I got like free beers. It was me and Jim Tavius walking.
Oh,
Everybody was buying us beers the whole time. We walking over there, bro. It was just crazy, just how all the love they gave us, bro. And you remember Jaywalk wasn't there, Steve, so he was like, "Man,
no.
that's crazy. Like, what the hell did you do in Florida for them to be treating you like this?" It was just a great time, man.
I
Shout
have
out to
no
Major.
idea.
Cause
Yeah.
we all spill beer when he knocked dude out.
Oh man, hearing him tell it is it's goosebumps, man. I've heard him tell it a couple times. Being next to him while he told it, incredible story. Jarvis, we got a super chat, quick question, and then if you have time, we would love to break down the film.
Yeah,
with
bro.
you.
I need you your insight on some of these plays, kid.
Army Sniper says, "Who does Jarvis want to see coach at UF?"
That's a good question, but like, give me some options.
All right,
Give me
the
some
names on the
proven
table.
coaches.
The names on the table right now, the hot seat, which probably don't mean
Okay.
anything, but is Lane Kiffin is one. John Gruden's been tossed around a little bit. Cliff Kingsbury's been tossed around. Alex Golish, head coach at USF's been tossed around. Jed Fish, Arizona or
The
Washington's head coach.
USF,
Yeah, USF, Alex Golish, and
Washington's current head coach.
yeah, Jed Fish. Correct. Those are the, I would say, top tier names at the moment.
Oh, well, I know Gruden got that mindset. I know Lane Kiffin pretty proven. You know, I think he could run a good program or definitely get it above where it's at right now. I don't know too much about I know the USF coach is doing a good job with their program. I don't know much about them. So give me Gruden. Give me Chucky.
Oh,
He said, "Give me Chucky."
that's what Steven said. Okay.
Give me Chucky.
That
You gotta
one's
have
gonna,
that it factor. Some certain coaches just got that it factor that's gonna get that extra out of you that's needed. But like when you down in the trenches
we've seen him get in NFL dudes' face. So imagine how he'll have these kids.
Hey Jarvis, I don't know if you like to keep it quiet up there in Colorado, but this about to go nuts. Real quick, Gator Wave says $2 says, Jarvis, do you have a wall poster in your office? I'm assuming of the cock block. Do you have that framed somewhere?
Nope.
Yeah, I got one right down walking into my basement. You go down into my basement, that's the first one you see. I signed it and it's looking right at you. Can't miss it.
Oh, you got one? Okay, cool. That's what's up, bro.
I love
it. Yeah.
Hey, if we print out like 20 of them and send it to you, sign them all for us?
Yeah, he will.
We can do it.
We'll raffle them off.
Yeah, that's true. That would be incredible.
You done started the film, kid.
No. I'm getting him in here.
Oh,
I'll start it over. All right,
we'll
Jarvis,
raffle them off, bro. We'll
now
raffle them off. Do it for a good cause.
Yeah. I'll get with you guys afterwards if you're down. I was kind of joking, but that would be sick. I know people would go absolutely berserk over those things.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, Jarvis, we're gonna have to have you clock in now. Gotta get your badge on. It's time to get in coaching mode. So this is Stephen Harris. So this is his part of the show. I just sit here and control the buttons. So I'll click play.
This is a couple clips that I broke out just to show that what I like that we did differently. Let's see what clip this is here. Go ahead, let it play.
Okay.
Oh, this I didn't like this. This is 3rd and 3 right here. Yeah, this is 3rd and 3 right here. Go back to the beginning of the play. Now, this is where I'll talk about where we kind of have the defensive end down here at the bottom, Moss. You see him at the bottom? We're head up over the tackle. We're head up over the tackle in this frog stance. I don't like this. Every time we get into this set where we're head up with our defensive end, I I have a hard time realizing what they're actually calling it because we have edges and then we have ends. But here he's head up in the 5 technique. As soon as the play snaps, he goes directly to the B gap. So he's not getting direct pressure on the tackle. And then you're choosing the gap that you're going to go to already, which just allows them to wash you down the line of scrimmage. You can't get any pressure on these guys. And when you do that, it allows them to wash you down easily from that end position. And it looks like they're running up the middle, but they're not actually running up the middle. They're running off that end and they're pulling.
I have no clue where that just went.
Oh, wow.
It just disappeared on me. Oh, no.
Let's see if we...
What is happening here?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
He helped Steve in the 4 technique.
What'd you say, Moss? I'm sorry.
We're being hacked. Hold on.
No, you said that defensive end was head up in the 4 technique on the tackle. He was head up.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So,
with the tight end outside of him.
I got you.
Let me try to get these.
So it looks like the
Go ahead, Jarvis.
The tackle that he's on, Steve, in theory, wants to get up second level to the linebackers. Because everybody, if you're pulling, everybody on the other side got to go down, so the pullers can come around, right?
Right.
Okay, so that dude, when he's slanting in there, Steve, like you said, he just going to get washed like that. In theory, he should probably be 2 gap. He should play that. Right. He should play the B and that outside C to him. And if that dude wants to go up to the linebackers, cool, let him. You get hands on him, and then you can fall off his backside edge and then spill that puller. And that will stop the ball from hitting directly downhill.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like the ball, if you don't get up under that up back, this pull coming to kick out right there, look where the ball get to hit. And he running right towards the touchdown right now, and that's what we don't want.
Right. And so
we need that end getting hands. We need that end, Steve, getting hands on the tackle and washing him down, and then also trying to take 2. That guy coming across.
Right.
So that's the tight end right there. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tight end. He's over the tackle, so he's being pushed.
You see the linebacker?
Mm-hmm.
See the linebacker, Steve? He's supposed to spill in.
Yeah, he's supposed to spill right now.
Look where he goes. So he get kicked out. That's a kick out block. So you're supposed to fit under that. Not let him kick you out.
He put the wrong shoulder that.
If he fit under that, if he fit under that, look where the ball hitting.
He has to bounce right to 7. It bounced right to Bridges. Yeah.
Right. That's what we want, Steve. If you bounce in the Bridges, you ain't running towards the touchdown no more.
So Shamar James. So Shamar James should have.
That's what we want the ball to hit.
Right, but at the same time,
under that
right,
came to kick out. That's a kick out block.
Yes.
Hey Jarvis, can
you take his right shoulder and rip up under that dude?
Right.
Jarvis, can you back out? And come back even make the play. Your connection, you sound like a robot really bad for some reason. Oh,
we probably lost him.
I don't know why it's so bad. He looks fine.
He said, "This is exactly what it sounds like." A Groundbird's headset. It went crazy.
Oh man!
It might. Are you on your Wi-Fi, bro?
Huh?
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Now it sounds much better. I don't know. Before it was like super staticky, unfortunately. But all right. So you're saying Shamar James comes out here, the linebacker, number 6. If he should be pinched more internally.
He should be coming underneath that block. What he's saying, he should be taking his right shoulder, and coming underneath that block, bouncing it outside to 7.
Yeah, that linebacker should take his right. Yeah, that linebacker should take his right shoulder and rip up underneath that kick out block, and he might even make the tackle.
Okay, right. So he should have been in that gap, not where he is.
Not where that's a kick out block. So if you're gonna fit outside of it on purpose, then you help. That's the easiest block in the world.
So,
Right.
so who dropped the ball on this? Where's the
for me, there's two things. I don't like the way we play the position at the defensive, the way we have them playing it. It's not enough pressure being put on the ball to help stop some of that stuff. He's not stuffing it enough. You're not getting enough pressure on that tackle to stop them from washing you down. You should feel that they're trying to wash you down and be fighting some of that pressure, being ready to close off that B gap because you're two gapping, but ready to come into the C gap. So you got to get pressure on the guy, and you do that. But the linebacker also has to feel on that play.
True, but you telling me the tight end? You telling me the tight end is blocking down on the end, Steve? I need whoever got that tight end. He got to come right now.
You got to come right now. That's why I said they got to come down harder in the gap. They're not coming down fast
he's supposed
enough.
to bend up onto that. But look, run it back. Look, run it back. That's true. Run it back though. Scheme wise, Steve, we asking him to come.
We're asking him to do too much.
That linebacker position, that's hard schematically, bro, is what I'm saying.
Right.
You asking him to do too much, Steve. Like, come on.
That's why I don't like when we line up like that. I don't like the fact that we
me and
asking him to do that. I don't like that. I know how to get it done, but I don't like that.
It's easy for us to sit up here and tell you, right. It's easy for us to sit up here and watch it and say, hey, he's supposed to fit right here. But look where they're asking him to do it from. He should be on the line of scrimmage. As soon as that tight end block down, my eyes going down, and I'm going to see it, and I'm right up underneath.
Easy to steal.
It might be a tackle loss if they did it that way. But maybe they lined up wrong, bro. Maybe they lined up wrong, bro.
Go start. No, they're not lined up wrong.
What they're asking him to do is like, bro.
We're not lined up wrong. I'm gonna show you why we're not lined up wrong.
So we're asking the edge.
It's gonna happen again.
You guys are doing some beautiful work here. I'm trying to.
You remember how Crumb in the hard the edge of the
Yes, bro. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. Trust me. I know.
Let me clarify here.
And if that dude blocked down on the defensive end, what would Crumb do? Crumb coming right down.
He gonna squeeze down. And when the flow come to you, you see it. It's easy to wrong shoulder. It makes it. Don't start, bro.
Whoever got that tight end, man. If that tight end were to go out man to man, if he were to go out for a pass, whoever got him man to man should be up on the line of scrimmage and wrong arming right now. That kick out block shouldn't get but 2 or 3 steps. Yeah, he shouldn't even get but 2 or 3 steps.
Right.
We need an overhang dude on the end.
But then at the same time, our eyes assignment from that player, our eyes have to be on that. Like the coaches have to be telling them your assignment. You got the tight. If he blocks down, you need to go right now off his butt because the kick out's coming out. But we're not. Our eyes on that play. Obviously, the linebacker on that play, his eyes wasn't in the right spot.
And it looked like they're trying to disguise too. You see how the safety coming down, Steve?
Correct. Yeah. That's why I don't like. That's why I say.
You see, so it looked like they're trying to disguise what they. I just line up and play sometimes. He would have been up there in a better position to just come and fit.
That's why I say every time we get into this set where we have our defensive end covered up, they know that, and they know that we're not feeling right from that depth, and they keep running it down our throat every time. And then puts the defensive end in a hard position because you're head up. They're going to wash you down. It's hard to not get washed down.
Run it back to the beginning.
And you see the stance he's in, bro? You can't really get no.
It's really a 6-man. We got a 6-man box because that.
Yeah, I would say that cornerback
up at the top really standing on the half.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 1, 2. So they got a tight end. Steve telling me they got a tight end. So they got 7 to block our 6.
Right.
They got 7 to block. They got us out man in the box right now.
And then we 2-gapping. So you're going to get washed.
So, but the safety running down, Steve, to help be in the box, but he late. That's why I'm saying he should be down there where the line is at.
Right.
Look where he coming from. Watch him try to field, Steve. But look at the depth he coming from. That the timing of it wrong. You supposed to already been down in there.
Right.
And I get they trying to disguise and hold their disguise, but he got to time it up a little bit. He's supposed to be hitting him right there. It's not a bad scheme, Steve. that whoever that safety coming down, that's his play.
That's
I
Bridges.
understand it's not a bad scheme, but we can't. If we keep getting washed down like that, at some point, we got to come out of it.
Real quick. So Jarvis, you said sometimes just line up and play. Like this play's almost too cute, right? Like just don't hide it.
We do too much every
boxes.
time. Yeah.
Beat me, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to be
they
cute.
coming right at you right now. You might well line up and play it.
That's why
ain't gonna
in my
trick
post
you
I
every
said
time.
situation.
Sure.
When I said situationally, when we know teams know they're running the ball at us, why are we trying to be cute? Why are we trying to
see like with
What'd
my
you say,
high
Mo?
school boys, it's my job to tell them when to disguise their alignment. So I do this to them like a mask, Steve, and I tell them to mask your alignment. You feel me? But I don't do that every play. Sometimes I just
Right.
want you line up and playing football.
Right. Because sometimes you'll trick yourself out of position.
Yeah, so Steve, they went quick on us and got us on the quick count that time.
Every time they did it to us, they know when we get up in that. Whenever they see our defensive end head up, they know that we're in that scheme, bro. It's obvious. It's not even, we can't hide it. It's obvious. And then they choose what they gonna run at us because we can't get it right. We keep wrong shouldering everything, and it looks like it runs up the middle for guys who are saying it runs up the middle. It's really coming off the edge, but we have to play it right. But it is coming from the middle of the field because they're pulling guys. But on this play, are you there, Moss, still? Okay, yeah, you know.
I'm on
On
this
this
play,
play, yeah, this play right here. This is another third down play. But I like the fact on this third down that we have 4 linemen out there and we're not head up, we're not shading, we don't have the defensive end head up with the tackle. Where everybody has edge rush contained. We run a stunt here. But the coaches, what I like that what they did here is that they brought in a package here. We have some of our most athletic rushers here in this third down package, and they're running the game on both sides. And the game was effective. And you have the guys wrapping around for contain. A lot of the times in the previous week, we get into that 3 down lineman set when we're trying to bring an extra blitzer off the edge, but that defensive end guy kind of gets caught up with the tackle, able to just step out and don't allow him to get an edge rush. But here, because we have 2 edge linemen to get their assignments done, at the bottom here, I think we run an ed with the end goes first and the tackle comes around down here at the bottom of the screen. And we get the contain, they throw it, we make the tackle, but we get off the field. You see the contain coming around, perfect play, perfect pressure. I love the fact that we changed that on our third downs, and let our guys up front rush in 4 traditional positions.
For sure.
Last
and it's nice to get them
prior every time we got into third. Huh? What'd you say, Moss?
No, I said the edge stunt is nice, you know what I'm saying, to give your guys a chance to not be where they normally is.
Right.
So this is first and 10, first quarter.
So here we go again.
This is another. Here it come again.
Look. See, even like now, go from the beginning. From the start of this play, the defensive end here, he's head up on the tackle, but you can see him taking a gap. He knows the tight end is going to wash him down, so instead of him fighting the pressure, he don't want to get beat up on all day, so he automatically takes the B gap, which shortens the corner when they're coming around. You see what I'm saying? So now they're just gonna look like it's just running up the middle, but it's really off the edge. They just wash it down. It's not coming up the middle. And here we go, first and 10. We get 6-7 yards because you're just able to wash everything down. Because you got one guy that's just head up and he's stepping inside and you just wash it down. I don't like that. I hate.
So Steven, just to kind of simplify it, that guy, not the guy coming off the edge, but the guy inside of him, the D line, right?
Yeah.
You're saying he's basically wasting his position out there by just going into that gap versus stepping outside.
And it allows the tackle to climb straight up. He doesn't put any pressure on that tackle because he's out of position. He know he's going to get washed down because he's head up. He doesn't get to say B gap is mine. He's in a 2-gap position where the flow is coming out. He's going to get washed into the other gap automatically.
And again, this goes back to scheme wise, right? Just him setting up.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And so, Moss, who's supposed to? I mean, like I assume he's
And I
probably
say
going to
every
say
time they catch us in this, they run the same plays. Every time they catch us with that defensive end head up over the tackle, they run this every time, and they get 3-4 yards a pop.
what's the advantage for this play call? Like, what would you pass play?
Why I think they're running it? Yes, they have more coverage in the back end,
Okay,
but
okay.
up front, but when there's a run play, you're dead. Well, we're dead because we're not playing it right. Like Moss said, it can work, but that requires our second level to come downhill so much faster and harder. Look at the tight end. He knows he has to block this backside guy, and our backside guy doesn't even see him coming.
Yeah,
He just
he's not reading pull.
He's not
pull at all. He's standing right in front of the puller.
He's not. That's why I said second level. We're not moving fast enough.
As soon as he see pull, he should know where his.
He's supposed to go. I got to get over top of this guy. He doesn't get over the top of him.
Right. I got to get over the top of this guy.
But when we know these propensities in our back end, we can't line up like that when we know our guys are not feeling fast enough on the backside. I'd rather try to stop it up front with having the D line aligned right versus waiting for it to get to the second level.
So we need better linebacker play here.
Nobody's spilling the puller.
Nobody's spilling the puller. Everybody getting kicked out.
That changes. Even if you mess up, people mess up. When you don't spill the puller, everybody gonna look like they messed up.
Right, because you spill the puller, he make bubbles.
Right downhill. The running back didn't have to make a cut or move. He just get the ball.
Nothing.
You got kicked out. He get the run right downhill at you.
Full
he
speed.
Don't even see no color from he don't even see no color from the other defense there yet.
But they do it every time that we have the defensive end head up over the tackle because they know he's going to get washed down. We're not big enough at that position.
I understand what you're saying, Steve.
And we can make it up with the back end, bro. We can make it up on the back end. But if you got the right people at that position,
you got to spill.
Yeah. What we got here?
You have to spill pullers, period, bro.
Right. Okay, see here, look. There we go. Started from the beginning. This is what I was talking about. Look at the defense end at the top, Moss. Right? He's head up on the tackle in the frog stance, right? You see it?
Mm-hmm.
He's in a frog
Clearly
stance.
It's a pass because look at everybody.
Right, but so we're in this stance and it's a pass. He's in a pass set. All he's going to do is step to the right and you're covered. You can't rush the passer. So once he stepped over to the right, you're covered. You can't rush the passer. You can't get any pressure on the guy. I don't like that we be set up like that. I don't like that fact that my defensive end is head up all the time with the tackle. Do it sometimes, but not majority of the times. I need him on the edge.
Yeah.
So basically,
because on passing down, if I can just step and cover. No, because if I can step and cover you on the passing down, you're not bringing an extra rusher. Well, look at this. He got 3 guys on him. He can't set the edge because he's in a frog stance. He's not even in a stance that he can get off the ball on. He can't get off the ball in that stance. You're gonna stand straight up. You can't even play the run in that stance. I don't even know what the hell the stance is.
So who we playing? We blaming number 94?
I'm blaming it on the scheme. Because I know 94, if given the chance to get in a better stance and get off the ball, he would be a fucking wrecking ball. But he's not given that chance. Would your coach go to the beginning of the play, bro? Timeout. Go to the beginning of the play. Who would let you get in a stance like that? What are you trying to do in this stance? What are you trying to do in this stance? From the snap of the ball, what are you trying to do? It screams, I don't know to me. I don't react to something and maybe make something happen, but I'm not enforcing nothing. We can't have a ball of mass of 94 with all these muscles in a stance that doesn't put no pressure on nothing.
Just getting tore up. This is what we got to stop, right?
Yeah, but then no, that's not where we got to stop. Then the part of that I didn't like. It's first quarter. We score. It's first quarter. We get down to the goal line and we have 1,000 backups in the game.
Oh, right here.
Yes. Where's Cam Jackson? Where's all our guys on this? And they're trying to score.
That's
in the
Cam
first
right there,
quarter,
isn't it?
Where?
That's 29. Just kidding. I don't know who that is.
Where was it? They just pushing the where are our big guys? We're in the goal line.
Oh yeah, there's no big Dez, no.
We're in the goal line, kid. Where are our big guys?
This I think this one they were doing that hurry up, right? They just had it in that defense and just kept pushing it.
Where are our guys? You can go ahead. In the next play, it's gonna show where are our guys. Look, we're not even set. That's bad football, kid. We not set. We have no big guys up there. We know they're running it. They just drove it down our throat, running the ball on the same set. And then we get to the goal line, and we don't even put up a front that can stop them at all. Here now, okay, 3rd and 4. We get into a set where we don't have the guys covered up. We got defensive ends out there. Now, granted, on this play, we got caught out there. What I would have liked from my perspective on this play, Moss, we both know. Go start it from the beginning. Moss, start it from the beginning. Moss, the running back is on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the center turn? Away from the back, right?
He's going to turn away from the back.
He's going to turn away from the back, right? So ideally, we would want to have Dez in the position to take up the double team, not to have the one-on-one. You don't put Dez on the one-on-one. Yes. You want him on the double team. Here, we get caught with our pants down. We don't get him on the double team side.
So your edge can have one, right? That's why he should take up two.
No, go back. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, stop. The center. See what the center? See what the running back is on the left-hand side, right? It'll be our defensive right? If you're facing them, it's on the defensive right. So that means the center is helping away from the running back. He's going to help that backside. So he's going to turn towards that Caleb Banks.
I think it's
the inside guys. The center is going to work to the opposite way of the back to help on the double team. That means on the snap of this ball, Desmond should know that he's going to be one-on-one with that guard, that he's not going to get help from the center because the center is going to turn away from him to help the backside because he's away from the back. So you idealistically, you want Dez to always take up the double team because he's just a big body that's just all he has to do on double team and push the other guy 2-3 yards back. Push the double team 2-3 yards back and stay there and wait to cover over top of somebody. You don't have to pass rush. You just push him 2-3 yards back. That's all you do. That's what we want Dez doing. The guy who's one-on-one, we want to be the smaller defensive tackle where he can finesse the guy and get pressure. We don't get that lined up right, but because they started, they hurried up us, we didn't get it right. But it doesn't matter if you don't get it right. We have to have the knowledge of mind and know what type of block I'm going to get. It's not one time I lined up and where I didn't see, the running back on this side, I got the one-on-one. Let me make my move on this guy. Dez doesn't make the move, but we get the pressure. The reason why we get the pressure, and I like it, is because we have traditional 4-down linemen. We have the edges set. You see what I'm saying? See, Dez is getting one-man block right here, but he's not getting the pressure. But that's not what we're supposed to be asking Big Dez to do. We should never be asking him to do that. Right. but we are because we got caught. But it should never be a game where he doesn't know that Dez, you're never to the one-on-one side. You're never going to be a snap where you line up where you're going to be on the one-on-one side. But, and with that being said, on this very next play, he lines up on the one-on-one side and does great. Right here, rewind it from the beginning. It's an empty set, though, so there's nothing to tell him that where the center's going to turn besides the side of the field that's the wide side of the field.
Okay.
That's what it's going to tell you which way the center's going to turn. So obviously he knew that. He got the one-on-one. If you run it back, you can see him. He hit him with a double move, and he can take either gap. Dez get the nice pressure up the middle. Obviously, our new guy LJ gets held on this play. We get the holding penalty. I would have liked for LJ to get up the field, maybe get up to the quarterback's shoulder before he decided to come underneath. If he did that, we probably get the sack. But he did get hold. I don't know if the holding was enough for him to make the play. He probably wouldn't make the play anyway because he came under a little bit too early.
Yeah.
But that's a young guy trying to make a play. But great pressure by Dez, but he has the one-on-one here. He hits the move. He gets up the middle of the field. Great pressure on the quarterback. If Dez was idealistic Dez that most people want him to be one-on-one, he should be a beast because you can't block the one human body standing in front of this massive guy shouldn't be able to stop him. He should be able to throw anybody 10 yards back. But that's not, you can't have him do that every down. Yeah, we can't have him do that every down. So you have to scheme Dez in the right positions, but you got to coach that into these guys. They got to know. So where they go out there, they're working without having to think about it. When I was out there with Moss, we didn't have to think about it. We look, oh, is this? Hey, you got the one-on-one? Hey, Moss, what you want to run? Hey, let's run this. But that has to be instilled into these guys and ingrained into them. But that reflects back to coaching. I'm
finna go inside. Steve cover me.
And I know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna set him up, and then I'm gonna cover for him. I'm gonna let my dog go inside. I'll cover him on the rush. And I'm worried about if I didn't get the sack or not. I want to celebrate. You know what I mean? But that's another level that we have to get to. We're not there. It's obvious. But I like some of the stuff that we put on tape. As far as the coaches realizing that, hey, we need to get into more of a 4-man front. We got to get out of this 2-gap type system because we're not feeling at the second level good enough to be in the 2-gap. And then even at that, our guys are not. You got to have dogs that want a 2-gap. You know you're getting pushed over. You can't pick a side. You still got to attack it the same way and smash it and let whatever happen happen. You got to let what happen happen. And once you go to picking sides, now you're cutting the corner for somebody else. And once you do that,
who the Gators got this week?
Nobody. We got a bye week.
A bye week. Okay.
So we gonna win this week.
Yeah, who we got after the bye?
UCF.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So you got a bye week, and then you got I guess a soft touch.
Supposed to be.
They're the number one run team in the country.
Tighten up some bolts. It's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be. But that's all.
We got to tighten up some bolts.
You got a bye week. You can get some good work. You can get some good work in over the bye week, and then shit. Affect you see what we got.
Yeah, we got to tighten up some bolts. That's all. I like.
Yeah, you got a bye week. You got to go look at everything you've been doing wrong.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can make some adjustments.
Use the bye week to address everything we've been doing wrong. Yeah.
Everything they need to watch this. I think that'll help them. Well, Jarvis Moss, I appreciate you coming on here, man, and hanging out with us for about an hour, chalking it up. I think this has been absolutely incredible. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, y'all hit me up more, man. I can do this.
Okay. I love it. Yeah, absolutely, man. We do it every Monday, man. So we love to have you.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. Okay. I got you, man. Thank you, bro.
Right on,
much
Steve.
love, man.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me, Steve.
Hey, shout out to Noah, man. I see Moss, man, doing his thing, kid. Right there, toting that rock, man.
I think
you left. If you can hear me.
Yeah, okay. All right, right there in that coastal area too. I said he right there in that coastal area right now too in Bama, where the Gators might end up giving that phone call. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we got a lot of work to do though, but we've been putting work in.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you. Somebody got work to do. You're just critical because you know what it take, man. But shut up, he'll be all right.
We appreciate you. Yeah,
I love my son. He's doing great though, man. Love you guys, bro. Steve, holla at me.
I got you.
And make sure you have me back, bro.
Yes, sir. We will. Okay. Thank you, man. We appreciate you.
Have a good night, guys.
You too, man.
Sir.
Jarvis Moss, ladies and gentlemen, that was incredible. Watching you two, I was lost in candy cane land over here, like trying to. I'm like, hey, can we? No, all right, cool. I'm gonna sit back.
I was about to get heated.
Y'all cooking. Yeah, we need to get that man some Wi-Fi. That's what we need to do. That needs to be first
Yeah,
order.
we'll definitely get him the Wi-Fi right. Then we'll be able to work.
We'll send him a mic. We'll send him the whole get up and get down with it. But that was fun. That was really cool. Just hearing him tell us those stories. Again, it's always great to get everyone a different perspective of how these things are rocking and rolling. Let me do this, Stephen Harris. We're probably gonna get in trouble with our people, but it's Prize Pick Week, boys. I don't know how this thing's cooking right now. We got Jamar Chase for more. If you guys could let me know, I cooked this up last night. I got Cam Little, Jacksonville. I'm assuming they're kicking a lot of field goals, more than 1.5 field goals. Jamar Chase more than 81 yards receiving, and then Cook more. He already got the touchdown. He had that early on, but we're rocking and rolling with Prize Picks, boys and girls. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. As you can see, these 3 picks I'm cooking up with. Again, if you guys can let me know, I don't know what's going on with these games. We've been rocking and rolling. So, and if you guys want to get on some action, we've been having a great time with Prize Picks over the last couple of weeks, myself included. I actually love this style much, much more. You can download the PrizePicks app today and use code HIGHTOP and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code HIGHTOP on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. Well, boys and girls, good show, Mr. Harris.
Yeah. Can I just a synopsis of what I've been tweeting out? When I say like the D-line play is not necessarily horrible. You got to put guys in the right position, and you got to know the guys you got. You know what I mean? At these positions.
Sure.
And you can help yourself by putting the right guys in the right position. We have to feel better on the back end. We got to come downhill more forcefully, like I said. But it's a mix between what's being said from the coaches to the players and getting them in the right mindset of knowing what they need to do and scheme. But I do feel like we did do some things to help ourselves this week. And I just feel like we build upon those and fix the things that we know were wrong. We'll be in a good position. What I didn't like for the first 3 games is that we didn't fix some things. This game, I actually saw where we fixed some things and we lined up better, got more pressure on the quarterback. We contained better and we got guys aligned better. Now we need to do that more consistently. And we can't get caught with our pants down in certain situations, and we need to recognize when they got our number and make those adjustments faster. And I think if we could do those and the offense continue to click how it is, we can be better. But we got to do those things.
Got to get to that moment. Stephen Harris, this was a blast as always. Champs Corner is always a big hit. People love it. I love it. And we love you. So appreciate you, my man. Great show. We will see you guys Wednesday, of course, live at 8:35. It is a bye week, but we'll still get down and get with it. We don't miss weeks around here, boys and girls. So hope you enjoyed the show. If you missed it, was a long one, so we're gonna clip her up, dice her up, so you guys can catch those clips later on. But y'all be good. Like, subscribe. We'll see you boys in the next one. Peace and love, baby.